Thanks for popping in with us. Wow, you've been through a lot here. What just happened?
Well, about an hour ago, I was driving on my way to a speech in Orlando later this afternoon, and my car was T-boned by a car coming out of nowhere. The windshield so darkly tinted you could not see who was inside the car. It was stunning. The airbags went off. They came in at the passenger door where I was seated. And then the driver threw it in reverse, even though he had sustained some damage, and took off. There either were no plates or they were not identifiable, although, frankly, the whole matter was...
Well, I can see your face on the jaws bruised by the airbags. You were saying you're going to have to go to the hospital. Clearly, we talked about they need to kill you before they have the hearings because you're supposedly the master Russian agent. Now they're saying you're in touch with Guccifer, on a public account, trying to get him to come on air. No one's hiding that. We wanted the WikiLeaks. So, Roger, what do you think this is?
Well, look, I think I've been poisoned. I've been smeared. I am responding and pointing out the problems with the headline, Trump associate was in touch with a Russian hacker. That's a false narrative. But I notice on Facebook and Google and Twitter, my retweets are down substantially when I defend myself with the facts. The fact that my contact, was after the hacking demonstrates that I could not have colluded.
But we were trying to get Guccifer 2.0 on and WikiLeaks. Everybody, the media does that too. They just think the public's dumb. They said in the New York Times that they were surveilling Trump with wiretaps on January 20th. We did a whole show on it. We showed it, and then now they're saying that never happened. It's insane. He's crazy. There were no wiretaps of the president.
But the problem here is much larger, Alex, and that's because the smoking gun who made these fraudulent allegations, if you read their entire story, which is a smear piece, and several other stories published the same day from other lefty fake news sites, all contain information that could only have been gleaned if I were under surveillance. Only if someone had access
wait, they admit you were under the FISA court. That's been in the New York Times, too.
But if that's true, then leaking that information to the smoking gun is a felony, punishable by 10 years in jail.
Sure, so, but no one's being surveilled, even though our phone calls with Trump and all of it have admittedly been recorded. And, yes. and they admit, FISA court did thing on you, but nobody's under surveillance. It's crazy, Roger.
Well, and they continue to deny that Trump was under surveillance. Let me say this, Alex. Trump has been under surveillance since the Bush presidency. He was under surveillance both in New York and Palm Beach. I have reason to believe at some point that surveillance ended, but was turned back on by the Obama administration. I know they're denying all of this, but Nixon denied Watergate for over a year and got away with it.
Napolitano says he has 4 sources, and this is coming out from Judicial Watch as well, that they were using the British, which they always do. They use the foreign intelligence to spy on people domestically, vice versa, to get around those laws.
Yeah, precisely. So this is all going to come out. And the worst part for them is their rationale for spying on Trump, i.e. he was in touch with the Russians through his agents, is proving to be false at the exact time that their surveillance of the president has been exposed. That's why the deep state is trying to take me out. They've poisoned me. They have smeared me, and now somebody in a car tried to kill me.
Well, Roger, I'm going to tell you, you better start watching your butt because, like you said, they announced all these hearings when you didn't die. They announce hearings, you get poisoned, you don't die. They should drink the whole drink or whatever. We don't know what happened. And now they want you gone so they can kill the straw man in a congressional committee.
Is it coincidental that only in the last 48 hours, John McCain called for Senate hearings and specifically said...
In fact, guys, I told you guys the John McCain calls for Senate hearings on Roger Stone. That's been all over the news. I wanted to play that clip the other day. Yeah, he calls you out and this happens.
And he says specifically I should be questioned about my ties to the Russians and to Yukановich. Alex, why is he making these kind of baseless, reckless charges? I have no ties to the Russians or Yukановich. So I have to ask myself, does Senator McCain have left no sense of decency with these completely phony, made-up witch hunt charges? And then
let me see if Craig Sawyer, again, top retired Navy SEAL, combat expert, researcher, you name it. I mean, do you have any statements or anything for Roger before we let him go?
No, I wish some of this didn't sound so familiar, though. Sad. It's sad to see. It really
Roger, you better watch out. They do not want you in those hearings. They want to have those hearings. They want you dead, man. Well, if I was you, I'd stop running around all these events you're at. I'd start driving an armored car.
You know what? I'm not giving up this country without a fight. And I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be censored. And I'm not going to be intimidated. This is why I love InfoWars. You can come here and tell the truth.
No, I agree. But digitally, you can reach more people than running around to all these events. All I'm telling you is you need to demand the hearing. Before, I would tweet, I demand the hearings before they kill me. I've been poisoned. I've been hit by a car. Nobody's got polonium. I mean, I think we need to get you in front of Congress right now. They're scared of that. Roger, let's get to the hospital, get taken care of, and we'll talk to you soon. But
my people insist that I go in for it to be checked on. I feel fine, Alex. I was very lucky. I think the airbag saved me. The local police took an hour to show up and take their report. But that's South Florida.
Well, maybe this was an accident, but the polonium's not. Yeah, go ahead. Jump in.
It seemed like an accident to me.